UFC 311 is coming up, and I have a few hot takes about this event, right? And I've made two videos about this before, and people get really mad at me. So, the first thing, I think Arman Tsarukyan beats Islam, or has the potential to put up a much better fight than a lot of people think. And I made two videos on this, and people fucking hated it, dude. I did not expect the Dagestani fan base to be that strong because I'm an Islam fan, bro. Islam is really my favorite fighter, dude. He has super exciting fights. His fight with Volkanovski, the first one's probably my favorite fight in the UFC. One thing I think that's important to understand is that nobody is unbeatable in the octagon, bro. And the Dagestani fan base kind of goes the other way from this, right? They think like, oh, Dagestan brother, Habib 29-0, Umar 18-0, Islam, oh, the one loss, early stoppage, brother, and it was a big fluke. The thing that I don't really get is they call Islam's one loss an early stoppage instead of just being like, yeah, dude, he got caught and improved from the loss, right? For some reason, this fan base just hates the idea of any Dagestan fighter losing their zero. And I feel like that's kind of like living in La La Land, right? Like, nobody is undefeated in the octagon, right? Or what about John Jones? Bro, Jones lost to Reyes, right? So, and Habib, he eventually would have been beaten, right? If he fought, I think Volk would have beat him if he fought Volk. But if you stayed around long enough, eventually, you're just gonna find that one time you get beat, right? And Arman Tsarukyan can put up a much better fight than people think and has the ability to beat Islam, right? Islam is not unbeatable, man. He's good. He's real good. But nobody is unbeatable in that octagon. And Arman is the one guy who can contend with Islam in the grappling, right? Arman is a great wrestler, and so is Islam. So I think they're going to be kind of even around there. And Arman has the best chance, in my opinion. He has the best chance of winning of going out there with super creative striking that Islam might not expect. And Arman is a super creative striker. Like, look at this axe kick he threw against Oliveira. Like, dude, this is like a damn 180-degree angle right here. And Islam said before in previous interviews, one of the things about fighting someone you already fought before is that you know what to expect, you know what's coming. And in that first fight with Arman versus Islam, Arman didn't use insanely creative striking. So if Arman goes out there and throws creative strikes like axe kicks, spinning kicks, elbows, I think Islam might not see that coming and might have to adjust on the fly, and that could potentially give Arman the advantage, right? And I said this in my previous videos, right? But I predicted what Arman's, quote, secret weapon was supposed to be. He went on an interview and said, no, I was just joking, bro. I don't have a secret weapon. But, I think he's going to still come out with something. I predicted it, but I'm not going to go into that here. The thing that surprises me is that the Dagestani fan base in my comments were like, give this short guy to Islam, bruh. And, like, they're not even giving any credit towards Arman that he might be able to win. And I think this is a much closer fight than people realize. And people in my comment section, they keep making the on paper argument. Like, look at how Arman did against Oliveira versus how Islam did against Oliveira. And yeah, dude, if you try to analyze these fights on paper, then Islam should win this, and I totally agree with you. But MMA math doesn't always work like that. But I didn't want to talk about this too much, so go watch my other videos about this. But the next fight, I'm picking Jamal Hill to beat Jiri Prochazka. Right? First off, Jamal Hill is super underrated due to all of his antics outside of the octagon. Jamal Hill makes himself look like a fool almost every week now. Like, it's a recurring thing that we just see some new sort of antics from him. And it's pretty funny, and I think that I know that Jamal Hill actually knows what he's doing. I made a video about that too, but because of all that stuff outside the octagon, people kind of disrespect him inside the octagon, and I think that's a big mistake. And I think that he's super big, he's very strong. It's gonna be hard to take down for Jiri, right? And Jiri gets hit, man, and he took a lot of damage in his last few fights. The question is, how much more can you take, especially against a guy who hits hard, who's strong, like Jamal Hill? And of course, we all want Jiri to win, right? The badass samurai. But I think Jamal Hill is going to get it done. He only lost to Alex Pereira, which everyone loses to, and Paul Craig, what he does is he submits these like high level guys and just goes back down to, doing whatever he wants to losing to Bo Nickel. And I think this is something that people don't want to hear, but I think you should be ready for it, right? Because I would bet on this fight. I'm super confident in this fight. I have Hill winning by second round knockout. I don't really think I have any more hot takes for this card, right? Islam is a minus 360 favorite. I think that's kind of fucking too much, right? Maybe like minus 200, maybe, but I don't know. I think Arman is gonna give Islam some trouble. Merab versus Umar, I think Umar is too well rounded, and I think is gonna get the victory. So I like Merab, he's funny, but I think Umar is gonna get it done. Benio Darush versus Moicano. I mean, Moicano looked very dangerous in that first round with Benoit Saint Denis, right? I think he's gonna get this done, but so not a hot take. But I really don't have anything else super interesting about this card, right? But if you disagree or agree, let me know. Thank you, and that's it.